Hello, my name is Amin Jaffer. I'm director of the Thani Collection, and it's a great pleasure to present to you today our latest exhibition, Joyaux Dynastic. It's an exhibition which really evokes the former role of the Hôtel de la Marine, the Garde-Meuble de la Couronne, as the place where the French crown jewels were kept and eventually were displayed.
I'm Helen Molesworth. I'm the Senior Jewellery Curator at the Victoria and Albert Museum, and I'm here because we are collaborating with the V&A and the Thani Collection to produce this wonderful exhibition on dynastic jewels. So the collection at the V&A is really been built on great collections and great collectors, and we have jewels from some of the most prestigious owners of jewellery throughout history, including such ladies as Empress Catherine the Great, Empress Joséphine and Queen Victoria.
My name is Emma Edwards and I work at the V&A and I'm the curator of this exhibition, which has been a great privilege to be part of. One of the passions that jewellery inspires is the collecting of jewels. One example is a beautiful peacock feather that was commissioned by the Empress Eugénie of France after she'd seen another version of it at the Exposition Universelle in Paris in 1867. That's on display here alongside a pair of earrings, the pearls of which we believe would belong to the Empress's collection. The Princess Mathilde Bonaparte, who was Napoleon III's cousin, was also an extremely avid collector of jewellery, and one of the most magnificent pieces of 19th century jewels to survive is on display here. It's a diamond rose corsage brooch that was created by Malaria for the princess. It's an absolutely astonishing expression of naturalism, which was at this point in the 19th century hugely popular. Another set of stones that survived from this period are on display in Gallery 1. We are lucky to be able to see how they would have been set because they are worn in a beautiful portrait of the Empress Marie-Louise, or Napoleon's second wife. They are topaz from Brazil and was known as Brazilian rubies, which is a wonderfully romantic term.
The exhibition is divided into 4 galleries, each of which has a core theme or a core subject. Gallery 1 looks at the beginning of jewellery, therefore the precious stone. Among the true rarities here is a bicolor sapphire from the French crown jewels, which it's a great pleasure to show it back in the Hôtel de la Marine where it once would have been displayed. We have also in Gallery 1 2 very sizable emeralds from the Thani Collection, which have Mughal origin, so they have Indian imperial provenance. And finally 2 remarkable, very substantial diamonds from the Thani Collection, which I think will be immediately favorites among the visitors to the show. The subtitle of the exhibition is Power, Prestige and Passion. Why these 3? Well, of course, first of all, since the beginning of time, the ownership of precious stones, of rare stones, are a reflection of power. Prestige, of course, in wearing such jewels, both by men and by women, it's a clear indication of rank, of superiority and of status. We have a series of tiaras which were very much conceived at the time of marriage. These have motifs of hearts, they have motifs of knots. A knot is a symbol of something that's bound and tight, so it's a reflection of love since ancient times. So love is at the center of the exhibition as well.
Of course, tiaras were worn as symbols of power and prestige, but we also have one in the exhibition, which is a wonderful example of passion as well, and that is the coronet that was made for Queen Victoria by her beloved Prince Albert. It's a symbol of power because we see her wearing it in her first major portrait by Winterhalter in 1842, but the passion behind it is that he designed it for her, so he gave it to her as a wedding gift the year they got married.
We have next to it a very exceptional loan, which is an emerald tiara, also made for the Queen a few years later, and her feeling was that the only of her daughters that did not marry a royal should be possessed of great jewels so that she could at least express her rank through jewellery.
So we see the social role of jewellery changing over time. In the 19th and early 20th century, it's very much the Edwardian and Belle Epoque ladies of court and high society wearing their tiaras. But by the early 20th century, we now have ladies of the Gilded Age, the American industrialist wives, wearing spectacular jewels. And by the 1920s and 30s, we have a new feature on the Indian Maharajas. So we see it as a beginning of globalization of jewellery in the 20th century. It's also designed in this wonderful new garland style, which is a completely new design that Louis Cartier inspired his designers to come up with by going into the streets of Paris and designing after the ironwork of 18th century. And it really sets the style for the new garland style jewels that are going to become so fashionable in the early 20th century.
I have lots of favorite pieces in the exhibition. The ruby necklace from the Thani Collection made for the Maharaja of Nawanagar is a masterpiece of 20th century jewellery. It's iconic. It's something I've had the pleasure of representing in exhibitions several times. And next to it, the fabulous cognac-coloured diamond tiger's eye turban ornament, also from the Thani Collections. There are smaller examples of jewellery, but that really represent sentiment. When we witnessed the coronation in England of King Charles and Queen Camilla, the basis of the exhibition was also partly that, was to show how this royal and aristocratic culture of great jewels has continued in the British Isles and to give an example of it.